Hey, this is Rich over at TVP Live, and welcome to the new and improved Photoshop Elements custom tutorials page, and welcome to our first tutorial here. And today's poster wants to know how to recreate this picture here, but take out the guy here and the kid here. You know what? I think we should just take out that along with these ugly boxes and this sign here. So let's go ahead and start. Now mostly we're going to be using the smudge tool, the clone stamp tool, and cutting things out with the eraser and the polygon tool. So let's start with the ocean. We want to make new layers for every new piece that we do. That way we can adjust them afterwards. We'll start with creating a blank new layer here, and we're going to first copy the ocean with the clone stamp tool. Let's get a nice big 200 point. You can see it's nice and big. I'm going to hold down the Alt button and grab this piece right around here, and I just want to just copy it over here like so and bring it over one, and that's looking pretty good. You can see a little bit of the edge. If I turn off the background, you'll see what it's showing, part of the sign. So all we got to do is take the eraser and we just get rid of that portion of the sign, just like that. And now that we've gotten rid of most of the sign on this layer, let's open up a new layer to get rid of the pole here. And I'm going to zoom in here with the polygon tool. I'm going to make a template of what I don't want to pass. So I'm just going to go like this up to this point here and then come back along here. And I just basically drew a big square. Now I can take the clone stamp tool again. Let's make it a little bit smaller, like let's say 75 point, and I'll take the Alt and I'm going to copy it right around here. Bring that over to this point here and just simply paint out the pole there. It's that easy. And now we want to get rid of the pole down here. Let's go ahead and grab a new layer once again with the clone stamp tool. I'm going to Alt click right around here and I can just simply boom, just put it right there. Now it went over the walkway a little bit, but that's okay because we made its own layer. So with the eraser, I can just erase that back out. Now let's come down here to this walkway and let's take the polygon tool on yet another layer. See, we're just developing new layers so that we can use the eraser in case we need it. This is a walkway that continues up along here like that. Bring it up to this point over here, come back down here. And I don't always have to use the clone stamp tool. I can just double click and close that off. I can actually use the smudge tool here and it'll stay within that portion inside the box. And there we go. We just got rid of the pole there. I'll deselect everything and let's go ahead and do something with the wall here. Once again, let's make yet another layer. And I will draw where I want the stone to go up to, right up to around this point here. And this is just the front portion here. Double click to close the marching ants. And basically what I'm going to do is smudge this blackness all the way to the edge. Once again, take the smudge tool and I'll just smudge that and kind of turn it so it looks like it's turning around the corner. Just like that. And when I deselect, pull it out, look at that, everything's gone. They're still here, but they're hidden in these layers. So as I turn the layers off, you see the sign comes right back. And that's all there is to it. So let's go ahead and turn these back on. And since we like that, we're going to take that top layer and then shift click to the bottom layer. And we can right click and hit merge layers. And that turned the whole thing back into one layer. Now let's go ahead and copy this portion here. And I'm going to leave a little additional so that it gives me room to work with. This, I'm going to right click and hit copy. I just copied that stone walkway from that side. Let's move over to this side here. First we want to reverse the whole image by going to image, rotate, and then go horizontally, and that just flips it around the other side. Now we want it to fit pretty much over this area here, well, so it's okay to just enlarge it a little bit. And I'm going to lessen the opacity so that I can play around with the positioning. Let's go ahead and go to transform, distort, and now I can have it actually distort to fit the size better of our area here. Stretch it out so that the perspective is proper. That's looking pretty good. Maybe just a tiny bit bigger on that side. And let's go ahead and bring the opacity back up to 100%. And that perspective is looking pretty good. So let's go ahead and erase what we don't need. I'm going to take the opacity and bring that down to about 40% so I can see what's going on. Let's go ahead and grab the eraser and let's do a small, like a 15-point soft brushed eraser. And I'm just going to basically erase along these lines from here to her arm right there.
And erase that along her sweater here, right around there.
Along the hairline. I can always take the opacity, bring it back up to 100%. It's hard to see, but if I turn the background off, now I can see exactly what I need to get rid of. So let's go ahead and grab the polygon tool, and I'll start over here. And if I really want to see what I need to get rid of, I can always put a layer in between the two. Let's make the color black and then fill in that in-between layer with black. Now, when I zoom out, you can see exactly what's going on and what needs to be taken out. So let's go ahead and come back in with the polygon tool, and I just will basically cut along these lines here. And as soon as I hit delete on that top layer, it deletes what I don't want anymore. And look at that. The road looks like it naturally goes across. So now we want to bring back the edge of the sidewalk. I'll go ahead and bring the opacity back down on that top layer and bring it down to about here. Now we can see what we need to cut off. So with the eraser, basically just erase where the original curb is supposed to be. I can turn this back up, the opacity, turn on our black so we know what we need to get rid of. And with the polygon tool, simply get rid of everything else. Next, here, turn the black mask back on. So now once again, I want to be able to clone stamp the ocean here to cover these guys here. So I'm going to take the polygon and first develop an edge area that I don't want to mess with. So that's going to be right along the edge of what we get to keep. And I'm going to go straight across to here and double click. We created a whole mask that we don't want to cross, and all we want to do is fill in everything in between. Where are we going to grab that from? Well, let's see what we got on this side. See, we got all this open space. So let's go ahead and grab the clone stamp tool once again. Let's make it really big, like 200 point. And let's first grab the bottom portion here and try to keep down low like this. And see what's happening. We're able to draw everything back in exactly where we want it to go. Grab just the water portion and draw the kid out. We can grab this portion and just extend it to here, like so. And keep doing it until we lose all semblance of what used to be there. And once we got that where we want it, all we got to do is deselect everything. And let's see what we got us. I think we got us a nice sailor kissing his woman. That's it for this tutorial. This is Rich calling it quits, saying over and out.